20 million people in my country, India, don't have electricity. That's the same as 3/4 of America. And when we were with Rukmani's family, she showed us how this toxic kerosene lantern was the only light source for a family of 5. And to charge their mobile phones, they have to walk over 10 kilometers away to the nearest town. Living without electricity makes their lives unproductive and excludes them from the modern economy. And since Rukmani lives in a remote village called Dapada, the grid won't reach them. And individual solutions like solar home systems are just too expensive because of the upfront cost. And villagers in these communities don't like to buy new solar lights because cheap ones break within a few weeks, and more expensive ones are just too costly to maintain. Rukmani lacked access to affordable energy sources and a reliable service until Empower Energy arrived. Empower Energy is creating a network of micro-franchisees throughout the last mile of India. Our trusted brand and rental model will allow us to solve the most pressing energy needs for hundreds of thousands of communities like Dapada, starting with lighting and charging. We work with local shopkeepers who sell goods to their communities on a daily basis, and we give them the opportunity to join the Empower Franchisee Network. To solve the community's fundamental energy needs, we equip them with a solar ATM. Now, this is a solar-powered charging station consisting of an 80-watt solar panel, LED lamps designed specifically to replace kerosene, and battery packs to charge mobile phones. Rukmani's family can now visit their local shop and simply rent out an LED lamp or a battery pack for the same price as a small packet of potato chips. That's just 8 cents. And after using it at home, they return to the shop to swap it for a newly charged one at the same price. Our trusted brand and franchisees provide our customers with a local energy source without any upfront costs. And they never have to worry about maintenance, which makes us better than any other solution out there in the market.
On top of all this, our pilot has shown that our unit economics work for each ATM we've installed. For a village of 200 households, one solar ATM generates a monthly revenue of $128. From that revenue, we're able to increase our franchisees' income by 25%. And after operational costs, Empower makes $87 each month. This gives us a payback period of 8 months and a gross margin of 82%. And our team is already executing this business model. I'm heading up data and impact, having spent 6 years working at the UN. Gideon is in charge of operations, following his experience scaling social enterprises for 4 years. And as an award-winning entrepreneur, Ronit is leading the team. And we're also establishing a strong local operations team and key partnerships ready to scale. Connected Energy and Rural Spark provide us with software and hardware expertise, and our implementation partners help us establish a strong local presence. And the reason we're doing this is because of this. We started our pilot in July in 3 villages, and some of the initial results from our pilot ATMs include 100% capacity in the first week, 100 plus paying customers, every single device has been returned, and we're already having an impact on the villages we're serving. Households are reducing kerosene use, and children are studying longer each evening. Having validated our business model, we follow these simple steps to scale. First, we identify a village using our criteria. Then, we select and we train our franchisees. And finally, we support our franchisees to grow and serve the needs of their own communities. The key to achieving scale are efficient processes, which are data-driven and digitally handled. Our sales agents assess the suitability of our franchisees using our mobile app, which we also use to remotely support and train franchisees. Since all our transactions pass through this app, we can use it to monitor franchisees and incentivize them correctly. This data gives us key insights into customer trends, which we can also use to support franchisees in growing their businesses.
And since September the 1st, we have more than doubled the number of ATMs on the ground, and we have identified our next 40 franchisees. And with the $130,000 of funding we have just secured, we are de-risking the investment opportunity we are presenting here tonight. With the first tranche of the Hult prize and this initial funding, we will standardize our operations and processes by the end of the year through our first 40 ATMs. And the $1 million investment tonight will mean that we can set up an additional 7,000 ATMs by 2025, allowing us to impact an additional 7 million individuals. And since we are reinvesting our revenues into buying new ATMs, we will break even in 2021. And by 2025, with this $1 million investment, we will impact more than 16 million Indians. whilst generating a profit of $6 million and also allowing our customers to save a combined $14 million. And in 2020, we are also planning a second round of funding to increase these growth figures and our impact figures. And by solving the lighting and charging problem in these rural communities, we are able to quickly establish trust and a local presence in thousands of villages. And this network of local franchisees, combined with our rental model, will allow us to do so much more. Our franchisees become our eyes and ears on the ground, informing us of additional needs we can serve through our network of ATMs. For example, one of our franchisees has already asked if we could begin to rent out vans. And in the future, we will distribute additional products and technology as demanded by our users to transform their lives. The possibilities are just endless. So, help us so that we can empower millions to join the modern economy. Thank you for listening.